Humboldt Yacht Club. Today is another upgrade project day on our little Beneteau 235 named Gaetana. She has a real marine head. But I have two problems. First problem is when you want to bring seawater in to flush the bowl, we're not getting any water in. So that's not the end of the world. We just get a bucket and scoop it up and dump the seawater in and flush it out. For our head here on our boat, it's a liquids only head. We don't use it for solids, so it's a little less messy and I'm not too worried about it. The second problem we have though is after we've been sailing, or maybe the boat's been sitting for a week and not moving, we get a little bit of seepage coming back from the holding tank into the bowl. So the bowl will be filled up, halfway of seawater. It's just seawater because we flushed it out with seawater, but still, it's a little funky and that seems not good. So instead of just replacing valves, we figured we'd just replace the entire pump assembly from Jabsco, and hopefully we got the right one. That's our plan. We'll see how it goes. Safety first, make sure your seacock for your incoming water is closed. That's underneath this seat over here. And your outbound seacock for going to the ocean should be closed. I took the handle off just to make a little extra space here. That's right here. This is the seacock going out to the ocean. And lastly, in the lazarette, that's where the Y valve is to switch the outflow from going to a holding tank or to going overboard. So that's switched to the holding tank, just in case this C valve doesn't close quite all the way. Now that is a safety issue, so we need to make sure that's good. So we're gonna remove 3 hoses. This is the flushing, rinse the bowl hose. That should be no big deal. This is the hose going to bring raw salt water in to flush the bowl. That one shouldn't be a problem. Then this third hose, the Jabsco technicians recommend, rather than taking off these hose clamps, if you don't have a leak there, leave them there. They said just remove these with a flat head, these 2 screws here to take off this little J junction. Much less chance of having a leak. That's where our joker valve is. That's the blocking one. That's I think our second problem. After that, we just need a Phillips head to unscrew these 4 screws, and then we'll take off this whole assembly and replace it with a new one. Shouldn't be that bad.
Okay.
This one shouldn't have any water in it. Okay. Let's see. All right, no worries on that. This one has a pipe clamp. That'll show it right there. All right, so we're gonna loosen this little hose clamp up. And this one, hopefully we can take off. All right, well, I can't get that hose off. It's like melted on or something stuck on there, but I think if I cut it, I'll have slack. I can reroute it from outside to the inside of this pipe and have it go and make up the distance. I think I'd have to get it out without it pouring out. Sadly, with cutting it off and rerouting, I think it's going to work out just fine with its new path. So now we just have 2 flat heads to remove. And this is the one that may spooge on me. Ooh, spooging. Ooh, that's a little funky. But as you can see, this is the old joker valve, and you can see how you can see light through it. That's basically means it's failed, so water back pressures back through it. This is the new one. See how it's totally sealed? That's good. All right, so this guy is going to go in the rubbish, and this one is going in. And they said to make sure the triangle section here is down. So that's gonna go back into that same little elbow. So now all we have to do is take these 4 screws off, and we should be able to take this whole assembly out. All right, so this is our J valve. We just replaced this joker valve thing. Now we just have to take these 4 screws off, and then we can replace the entire assembly, which is sweet. Long screwdriver helps to be able to get to it. All right. That comes off, and there's a flapper valve we're going to replace with this new flapper valve, and you want to make sure that the nub is up. Okay, and luckily they make it with 3 holes and 3 pins, so you can only put it on one way. It's hard to go wrong. All right, so here's our new assembly. Brand new, looks so shiny. This guy on like that. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's almost noon. Time for racing. Hopefully this job will be done and we can go sailing. Jabsco has an amazingly simple product here that works really well, and they try to make a potentially crappy job really easy. Isn't that funny? All right, okay, so they said don't screw these down like rock hard because you'll crack the plastic. So that's all good. Now we just have to get this color on, and then we're ready to test the plumbing. Woohoo! Hold on. Okay, that part's done. Now we just have to plumb it back up and test it out. So let's see, we rerouted this guy. So now we're gonna have to go on the inside. It was on the outside of this pipe here. Now we're gonna go on the inside because our hose is just a wee bit shorter. I think that'll be all right. This is the saltwater in hose, and that is pretty snug on there. Shimmy it. There we go. And pipe clamp. You know, if I was going to do this again, I might put 2 pipe clamps on. In general, you always want to have double pipe clamps for anything that has a potential of having water coming from outside coming in. Just in case this one pipe clamp broke and somehow this got some pressure in it and it popped off, and then this would be basically a 1-inch hole in your boat filling it with water. And 1 inch underwater pumps in quite a lot of gallons per hour into your boat. So maybe 2 clamps next time. Or next time I'm at the hardware store, I'll get one and then we'll double this up. It is doubled up at the the through hole, just like this guy is. Here is doubled up, because this is a big through hole out. But if you think about it, if that through hole still is bringing water to here, and you were in pounding waves with big bouncing up and down surf, this could get some pressure pushing water into it, and if it pops off, then it's gonna fill your boat with water. This one, no worries. There's no pressure here and no chance that it's gonna have a problem, so it can just sit there, because this is just the flushing the bowl part. So, moment of truth. All right, so we're on the flushing the bowl side. We're at unlock. Let's see if we can. Oh, look at that. We're flushing the bowl. Perfect. All right. So that's bringing in salt water from the ocean and rinsing the bowl. And then if we wanted to pump the bowl dry, we should be able to switch this to this side. And then that pumps the bowl dry. Hey, thanks everybody for watching this video. Like and subscribe. It helps out the Yacht Club and all our sailing friends.